I'm just losing my mind. Cool water, it's surrounding me. I feel I'm trapped inside. I'm just wasting away all my time. I'm just wasting away all my mind. Oh, mother, can't you see? My life is full of misery, and I'm trying to find my way. This time it won't last another day. Don't you know what I mean? God help me from myself. Thank you.
We've been listening to an original song by Jon and Lyle, and we're going to talk now on this journey about how tapping into your creative side allows you to open up to a real passion for living while you are on this journey. Jon and Lyle, first of all, thank you for being here.
Glad to
and
be
so
here.
far, thank you for the first song. We're going to
Thank
hear
you.
a couple more from you. Jon, I'm delighted to have a chance to have my own son here, and I'm really thrilled that you both are here. I want to dive in and ask you, what about songwriting and picking up a guitar, why did you first get into that?
I've played the piano since I was about 4 years old, and I've always loved music, always sang, been in choir for 4 or 5 years and through school. And I never picked up the guitar because I just didn't understand it, and I was almost afraid of it. But 4 years ago, when I was 22 years of age, I said, that's it, that's enough. I love playing the guitar, and I think the campfire songs, when I was out camping and stuff, people would play the guitar in front of the fireplace, and everybody would be so peaceful and almost in a tranquil state. And I always said, I want to be able to play like that. So I picked up the guitar, and I haven't put it down since.
Hey, I admire you for doing that, because I always thought that too, and I haven't learned it yet. Jon, I know.
that was the passion I always had for it too, was the campfire thing, and just this good old John Denver or something, by the campfire. It's that's what I've always dreamed of. Always wanted to be at, in my playing and in the style that we play. So it turns all heads. You're not just the young people and not just the older people. Everybody, most people can enjoy what we play, and understand that that's the passion of it is just coming out with our hearts and being able to just bring forth the guitar and lyrics in front of, you know, just anybody.
And I
Most
know
people
for a
like it.
fact, Jon, you just picked it up and pretty well after just a very few lessons by, I think, listening more than anything. You developed your own rhythm and style, huh?
Devotion, little tenacity, you know, the will to play and get better, you know. I mean, nobody's really ever satisfied with, you know, with how they are, and everybody wants to make things better, you know, make your music better, make work better, make anything better, you know. And I thrive on that, on learning and really making the music as much as I can make it be, you know.
And I think when the both of us play and when we're sitting down writing music together, there's a chemistry there that sometimes it hits so strong. I mean, it almost brings tears to your eyes where you just realize, wow, I can't believe that just came out of us, because I don't think that either one of us separated could produce that type of energy while playing our music. And I think we find a solitude and a peace inside of ourselves just by pursuing that love that we have for music. And
how do you use it too? Do you use it to unwind? I mean,
you
really,
bet.
when you come home from work, is it a tool?
For me, it is definitely.
Yeah, it's stressful days, you know, and come home and let out a little aggression. Sometimes you're playing some soft stuff because you had a nice, wonderful day, and you want to play some soft, kind of mild stuff. And sometimes you had just a horrible day, and you come home and you just want to bang on it, maybe even crash your guitar a few times, you know. Play Jimi Hendrix or something.
I wonder if it's added something to your life, another avenue for you by having this creative side?
I couldn't have it outside of my life. I mean, the day I quit playing music is probably the day that I retire from this world. Because I physically can't.
It really helps you feel more alive by doing it.
I think the song and dance is the vibration of life, and I think that everybody has to experience it in some way, whether they participate or simply listen or whatever, but I think it's important. I think it's a very important form of art expression.
And we've talked about all sorts of forms of art, and there's a beautiful picture behind you two, and there's going to be a couple more we're going to be seeing as you're playing. Jonathan, would you tell me about that picture?
My girlfriend, Jenny, she gets a little bored sometimes, you know. We sit around and me and Lyle, you know, it's like all we really do. We get together and we play music, you know, because we have that incredible bond together that music brings us together. And she's a really good artist, and that's her passion, is drawing. And you know, she just sits there while she's bored, you know, and we're playing and draws and comes up with some really cool stuff.
Well, she must be tapping into
the picture that was just showing. Yeah, the picture that was just showing while we were playing. She drew that while we were actually writing that song too, and that was one of our first songs we ever wrote, and it's probably only about 5 months or so ago where we actually started sitting down and writing some songs and stuff and taking a little bit more serious to the other level. And she drew that, and that was one of the first real pictures I ever seen her draw, and it's great.
Oh, we're delighted to have that kind of
Wonderful
artwork too, because these are all forms of, you know, expression in art, but, you know, our creative side, I think, languishes if we don't really tap into it.
I think it's almost devastating if we don't pursue that, especially if we are very creative entities. And I think we all are in our own ways, and pursue that in any vehicle that we choose.
You have
Not
to find
just
your
music
own.
and canvas, but
Something makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Doing these shows makes me feel good because I learn so much from everybody.
Right.
You know, you say this is a growing, learning process.
Yeah.
Do you think that in listening to some of the artists you've liked over the years, can songs have a real effect on people? Can the message get across?
Definitely. I think so. For me, it's not a lot of songs. I'll listen to a lot of songs and say, hey, that's a great song, great music. And even myself, I won't even really realize what the words are. But there are some songs and some artists that sing about things that impact me, probably more because of the fact that I can relate to what those words, or what I think those words mean. I can relate to it. And so then it holds a special place
And
to me.
these songs, personal experience?
Most songs are. Most songs are written off of people's emotions and battles and trials that they go through in life, you know. There's a lot of the music we kind of play, the folk type of guitar music that we play. it reflects more, a lot of the times, a real emotional side of people, bringing out the softer, more dramatic things that happen in life, as far as like some rock songs, some heavier stuff, just where they're pretty much, it's not really an experience they experience in life. They're just kind of throwing some words together and stuff. You really have to feel the music and feel what you're really singing about. Because if it comes from your heart, I mean, that's the music that really makes it out there today. Is music that's from people's hearts.
That is what touches people, because they feel it. What comes first, the words, or you get a tune going through your head and then you put words, or is it? Because this is almost like a story or poetry.
Kind of vice versa. Sometimes some words come out. You write a little poem or a story about something, and you're like, well, it'd be a nice song. Maybe I should try and put some music to it, or you play music and you think, wow, that's a cool riff, and we start playing it, and then like me and Lyle and I, we just play music half the time. We're just jamming, playing guitars, because that's what we like to do, is just play, no pressure, and then either him or I will start singing in, throwing some words in there, some lyrics, and pretty soon after a while, it's a song. It just happens upon us. We don't mean to, sometimes, and it just happens,
Music definitely sets a mood. I mean, it's definitely got a tone, whether it's happy or whether it's almost sad. And when we're playing, whatever mood we're in and wherever that energy is coming from, a lot of times for me, I'll be playing a piece of music, or we'll be playing a piece of music, and we don't have a word in mind for it, but it almost sets a mood, and then we just start singing whatever comes out. And most of the time, it doesn't make sense at first, but then we kind of really take a feel for what that song has to offer.
Yeah.
And we cut it up, and then we put it together and write something that actually means something instead of just
you can kind of feel the way that we play the guitar and play the music. You can kind of feel what someone's, what we're going through, at least for me and Lyle, because we have a little bond. We've been playing with each other for a while now, and you can kind of feel what the emotions that you're trying to put into the music. So and that kind of sets the mode and the pace for how the lyrics are going to come out, or what it's going to be about.
This almost sounds like the song then becomes something. Does that feel like, I mean, afterwards, where you look back and you say, oh, I remember when we started writing this particular song together, and then it sort of takes its own shape and personality?
That's definitely true, especially on Leaving Me. When we first played that song, we probably wrote that in a matter of 30 minutes when we sat down. And it was amazing to me, because right after we had wrote it, I mean, it was already there in concrete, not to be forgotten, and I mean, it almost brought tears to my eyes. The hair raised up on the back of your neck, and we looked at each other and just said, wow, this is cool. I don't think I would have been able to play that style of music if it wasn't for Jon in that.
Vice versa. It was the same for me, I think we found the real beckoning in life when we started playing with each other. I've played in a few rock and punk rock bands, and just fast and repetitious, but I always dreamed of being a campfire musician, being that one,
I appreciate that music.
That's, that's where we have that bond together. We both realized when we started playing with each other that that's really what we're in it for, is to go that route,
It's mellower, kinder, and it's an experience. It really is. It allows people, I think, to have the experience. Because you're gentle about the way you put it across.
Feeling into it.
Do you think, just as we're going to have you play a couple more songs here real quickly, but just give a quick word of advice. Do you think that everybody should at least try to find some avenue of expression?
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
That's one of the most important goals in survival, and keeping your mental strength, is finding a release, some kind of release. If it's sports, music, writing, drawing, I mean, you have to release all the energy and stress maybe that's trapped inside.
You have to find something that makes you feel happy. I mean, we all.
And therein lies
need
your
to be
passion,
happy.
isn't it?
Yes.
There is an old saying, "Follow your bliss."
have to be this way. It doesn't have